go Durant, Duncan, Dirk, Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Tony Parker.
Tony Parker, Ginobili.
Ginobili.
He's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
Okay. So let's see. That's his.
Is Steven Jackson the Hall of Famer?
Who?
Is Steven Jackson the Hall of Famer?
No. I don't know.
No. Too many problems, and he didn't play an extended period of time at one team, which I feel you need to be a Hall of Famer.
So did you leave Westbrook? So just for argument's sake, you left Westbrook.
I left off Westbrook and I kept Durant.
And you left Harden off.
Yeah, and I left Harden off because at that time he was a baby and he was scared to shoot.
He was sixth man of the year, but you're right. He wasn't the Harden he is now.
He clammed up. Like that's a story.
He did. That was still a great team, though. I'd say that
OKC
team.
It was a future great team. It was a great team to come.
That team just lost some coaching, regardless.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
they had the firepower to win.
Because a lot of people said
they had the firepower to win.
Going into that, a lot of people were saying they was going to win that series.
I didn't believe so. Put it this way: if they both had all stood in the dressing room and said, "Okay, Durant, you're the leader," then they would have won that championship.
Yeah, they would have. But Durant,
I think they were down to San Antonio like 3-1 and beat them that year. It was tough.
Yeah, they were tough. It's just nobody had a spot on where to play and what to do. And that comes down to coaching because the coach would be like, you shoot the ball again, Westbrook, I'm taking you out. You think I'm playing? You're on the bench. KD, you handle that.
Jason Terry might be a Hall of Famer.
No.
You don't think so?
What he did to LeBron was Hall of Fame worthy, but he's not going to make the Hall of Fame.
LeBron got him back when he dunked all over him.
That was. I saw that not too long ago. It was so
he dunked on him. He dunked on him hard.
He fell like midway up. You know what I mean? It's like he had a 4-foot drop to the ground on his back. But anyway, let's try to get to Jordan.
Yeah, all right.
First championship was Kareem was gone, right, Corey?
Kareem was gone. At that point, James Worthy
wasn't. I think he was there, right?
No, Vladdy was
Kareem
there.
was gone. Vlade Divac was the.
Yeah, Kareem retired.
Okay, so you just mentioned one name. Divac is a Hall of Famer.
Is he? No, he's not.
We went through this. Remember, he's in the.
He's in the FIBA.
He's in like the world Hall of Fame.
No, you can't count him, man.
Okay, so we gonna go with just.
Well, if you're gonna count him, yeah.
Well, no,
because at the time he wasn't a Hall of Fame player.
That man Worthy's a Hall of Famer.
Huh?
Yeah, you got Worthy.
James
Worthy was.
Worthy, Magic. Byron Scott didn't get in. Did AC Green get in?
No, if he might at some point, but he's not in yet.
All right. So second championship would be
Phoenix.
No, Portland. It would be Drexler.
So Drexler, and that's it. Sabonis wasn't on that team.
No, Terry Porter. Did he make it?
Nope.
No.
So it's
him and Duckworth honorable mention. They all honorable mention.
Yeah, they could.
They all honorable mention.
They might have a chance at some point.
I think Buck Williams made it.
Did he?
Because he put in work.
That's more from his New York. That's more of his New York days.
Yeah, he put in work in New York.
I don't think he's in yet. He might be in, but I'm not sure.
All right, so we'll go question mark on Buck Williams. Third championship, you got Barkley, and we talked about
Kevin
this.
Johnson,
KJ didn't make it.
He should be, but he's not.
Marley not in, right?
Nope.
Danny Ainge is. Danny Ainge is going to be in there.
But he'd be more for. You think he'd be more for like an executive than he is a
player?
Oh, player.
I think his Boston years plus Phoenix will get him in.
Yeah, eventually it will get him in. Plus what you just said, his executive move. So the NBA do count both of them if you have the coach.
And he did shoot a higher 3-point percentage than Larry Bird. So
yeah, he did. All right, so now Jordan come back off the repeat. He played
Seattle.
So Gary Payton.
That's it.
And
Kim's not.
He hasn't made it yet.
He had Hall of Fame talent, but he fell off so well. I mean, he still had a good year in Cleveland. I remember one year in Cleveland, he still averaged 20 points. But his career fell off after Seattle. His career,
Detlef Schrempf was on that team. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, you're right. So Detlef Schrempf and Gary Payton.
Okay.
Then we got Utah.
These going to be the same, right? Because it's double up. He doubled up back.
I thought Detlef Schrempf was going off that team.
No, he was on that team. Yeah, he was on that team.
Was he? No, he might have been Indiana.
No, he was. I used to play with him. Perkins was the center. Detlef Schrempf was the small power forward.
Oh, okay.
And then you had McMillan is the small. You had somebody else as the shooting, and then you had Gary Payton as the whatchamacallit.
So they had two. So
they have two, and then you have
Utah
Payton,
had two.
Then you have Stockton and Malone. Anybody else on that team that we possibly forgetting?
Hornacek wouldn't have made it.
Hornacek might make it.
He might make it, but he hasn't made it yet. And Byron Russell's definitely not.
No.
Nobody else
Carr,
on that
not.
time. Yeah.
Ostratag, not. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I guess Jordan had the tougher competition. End of story.
Nah, by you not putting, I understand that Harden wasn't the Harden. He was still a great shooter.
Yeah, we're talking about the
I count those as Hall of Famers. Maybe I'm wrong, but I counted both of them as Hall of Famers.
That's what I say. They was great back then.
What's the name of this segment? Is to see who faced the hardest competition in the finals, not what they could become or what they is in the future.
All right, let's look at it like this.
About that.
Let's look at it like this. That OKC team, what team that Jordan played in the finals was better than that OKC team?
The Jazz and the Suns. And the Trailblazers. That Trailblazer team probably better than any other team on here.
Better than the Spurs with Kawhi Leonard?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Trailblazers, this is what I'll say about the Trailblazers since you got on them. I would say they one of the dumbest teams ever. But they had Clyde Drexler. But Rick Adelman, I don't know how he became a head coach. So I don't know, that I don't know, that team that wasn't that tough. I think they was easy to beat. Clyde gonna run down the court about 14 times and get about 11 layouts out of it, but you couldn't count on nothing else. Kevin Duckworth was a great big man with good post up, good front, good feet and everything, but they could never put it together. So,
but remember, they lost to one of the greatest, I say, top 15 teams of all time. That Pistons team.
Did they?
Yeah,
that's who beat them.
Portland? Who you talking about?
Portland.
Oh, okay.
Like, if you take away Jordan and the Pistons teams, the Portland Trailblazers would be going down as one of the greatest teams to ever play the NBA.
I don't know.
Yes.
They would have two. They would have 2 rings.
But like I said, I think to me, hands down, that Spurs team that beat Miami, hands down, better than that team. To me, it's not even.
I don't know. Even that Magic team would be giving them a run for their money.
What, Shaq?
I really think that OKC team is tougher than y'all giving them credit.
What you say, C.Anthony?
I think that OKC team is tougher than y'all.
No, not y'all.
I think they deserve a little more credit.
I think that OKC team, to me,
they was tough, man.
They're better than that Seattle team.
No,
especially when Harden was especially when Harden was I don't know why they didn't do it enough, but they should have let Harden play point more and maybe just starting him.
Yeah, that coach.
But see, remember, look what we're talking about. What if the coach? Well, I think they should have. I'm talking about the product that they put out on the court. It wasn't together. It wasn't a complete type of team.
Well, I just think
they wasn't old enough. They wasn't old enough. They wasn't
my
old
point
enough
exactly.
To be
they weren't old enough yet.
But they were Hall of Famers in the making.
That's what I'm saying.
Because let's say that Seattle team go against that OKC team. Peyton is gonna lock up Westbrook. He gonna disturb Durant somehow, and he could be able to check Harden. He'll be able to take all them out their game.
He can't guard
I'm
everybody.
Not sure about that.
How you gonna guard Durant and Westbrook?
I'm talking about at times during the game.
No, but overall, Durant's gonna shit on anybody. Who's gonna stop Durant?
Back then, he was.
Westbrook is a different kind of. He's a different kind of guard. Westbrook not trying to shake. He's just trying to get the ball and go dunk it. So it's a totally different defense there. I don't know. I just feel like they're a little tougher than you think, Sean.
And you forget about Ibaka. Back then, to me,
he
back
wasn't
then,
doing much.
But he was better
just
back.
Defensive. He just did defense. He didn't know how to score yet.
He was shooting a 3 back then.
It was perfect.
No, he wasn't.
It was a perfect fit, though.
He wasn't shooting a 3 back then.
Oh, yeah, he was more of a defensive rebounding.
Defensive rebounding, like a Rodman.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was like a Rodman.
He was like a Rodman. But
I think they should have beat. I think they should have beat Miami.
Who's that?
Coaching.
I think that the Thunder should have beat Miami.
Well, they had more talent.
Some big free throws.
To me,
I think they should have beat them.
They were the more talented team.
I don't know if you could say more talent when you say you have LeBron, Wade, and Bosh.
No, I mean from top to bottom. Like if you look at their entire roster.
I don't know, man. You still got Chalmers on that team. You still had the Birdman on that team. Well, who he filling in the roster with?
Who was their backup?
Ibaka and
who's that
some
dude?
Other people?
That dude Jackson that went to
That dude Jackson.
That dude, Jackson. You know the
I know he went to the Pistons and then he came back to OKC, right?
I think he better than Chalmers was. Chalmers just had the luxury of playing with LeBron.
Not for that team. He was in the right spot all the time. He hit that shot. He hit them shots.
Yeah. Once you got past,
let's not forget this man was a big shot maker his whole career. Y'all can laugh. He won the championship with Kansas off a big shot.
Now there was a couple years they had Battier and then they had Mike Miller. They had some pieces, but I still don't think they was because they had their own version of Battier on OKC.
I can't believe we still talking about OKC and stuff when the best team possibly to ever play ever.
Who
he did? I would say the one team that he faced that probably Jordan didn't face any. As far as talent wise, would be that Golden State team.
Well, the Warriors. Nobody's ever played a team like that before. I'm
not sure if Jordan could beat that Duncan team, man.
That's why I said
I'm not sure. It's a good game. It's a good series right there.
All right, it all depends on what Rodman's going to do to Duncan.
I don't think he would. I don't think he'd be able to.
Can he get him out of his game?
For what Duncan did for that team, it wouldn't be much to take him. I mean, Duncan was only scoring about 12 to 14 points a game. He wasn't the focal point no more. He was still the general, but remember, Kawhi had kind of took over.
That man was grabbing mad rebounds, though, man.
No, he was. I don't think Rodman would be able to.
In the playoffs, I'm pretty sure he was averaging more than 12 points.
Maybe 17, 18.
I give you 20.
20? Against the Miami?
That whole playoffs.
Oh, the whole playoffs? Maybe so. I think the Spurs was better. I think that Spurs team was better than any team that Jordan played, too. I just think they just...
Nah, I would still like to see what any of these teams would do against that Magic team that Jordan beat, because that team still was good. People like to say they were on a downslide, he was getting old, but that team was still running your ass down that court.
Who's that? Who?
That Magic and Worthy Device team.
They was, but they were. You gotta admit, that wasn't Showtime no more. That was
It was good enough to get to the finals.
Yeah, it was leftover.
It was good enough to get to the finals.
It was, but the West, and also the West wasn't that good.
They were still good back then,
but they weren't as good as the West is now over the last 15 years. Who'd you have in the West back then? You had at
Barkley,
that particular year in 91. You had
Barkley wasn't there yet for them. Yeah, Barkley came in 92.
Barkley came 93.
So you had
92. He got drafted. Yeah, it's the same year as the
Portland, Denver was okay.
Portland, Denver, Utah,
Houston. They weren't Houston yet.
Akeem was still there, so yeah, they was about to be that.
I mean, it was good, but I think you had a lot more horrible teams than you did really good teams, or more average teams.
The West would just battle it out, and then the East would come with whoever they put out, which was Jordan for a couple of years, and they would just win.
Yeah.
To me, it seemed like the West beat up on themselves, while whoever was in the East could just kind of coast.
People kind of slept on the East, though, man. You had Detroit, Miami. Charlotte wasn't no pushover. You had the Knicks. You had Indiana. You had Boston. I mean, it wasn't like the East was.
It's just they all knew they were playing for second place.
Well, yeah, that's exactly.
Once Jordan came, you know what I mean.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
Remember, basketball actually came to a stalemate during that period. 80-point game was actually a high-scoring game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right?
That's defense. That's why they.
But Jordan had. I take everything into perspective. Jordan, he caught a lot of people on the decline. He caught Magic on a decline.
Yeah.
He caught Bird on a decline.
Yep.
He caught Isaiah injury, and then they was being blackballed by the league.
Yeah.
So he had help too. Like I was saying earlier when I was doing the breakdown with him and Kobe was he was kind of like he was the LeBron. He was the chosen one for the time. So things just kind of happened to fell into place. It was his talent, but things actually, people were getting old. He was.
Yeah, but that's early in his career. Once he won them chips, he didn't let nobody come up. He was like, I don't care who's coming up, you're not coming up.
But
that's how it goes, And then people say the same thing about LeBron. They say, he walked through this, he walked through that, but it was the same thing. He was catching people as they were getting older, same way Jordan was. Kevin Garnett getting a little older, Paul Pierce getting a little older. Ben Wallace getting a little older. That's just how the times go.
Let me ask you this, though. If Shaq never leaves to Los Angeles and stays in Orlando with Anthony Hardaway and they build around those two, does Jordan still win those next three?
Probably not.
I think it depends on if Hardaway had got the injury or not. If healthy, I would say no.
I would have liked to see. That would have changed the whole landscape of everything.
Well, but see, even then, it wouldn't have. because that you're talking about when he left. So he never got to battle against Houston. That Houston team was solid.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and that's another. He lucked out because of that too. He never had to play Houston.
Yeah, but
Jordan on record himself saying that he said that in any battle he wanted Akeem on his side, and he said Akeem was Akeem is the person he would draft first over anybody. Another thing I respect about MJ, you never heard him say that he's the greatest of all time. He never said it one time. He never could find it on tape. I really respect that.
Yeah, he never have.
Well, fellas,
that was fun though.
No, it was fun. It was fun, and we're gonna get into the next bracket in the next segment. But until then, we will be back in a few minutes. C.Anthony, is he coming back for the next one, or are we gonna call it a night?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna fix me a sandwich.
All right, man. Yeah, you do that.
I just love how you say it. I think I'm gonna fix me a sandwich.
Keep it real.
Not, you know how we do. Any mayo you're putting on that sandwich? What you got going on there?
Ham sandwich?
I don't even want to open the meal yet. I'm trying to preserve it, so I'm gonna just eat it dry.
You said
you gonna eat it dry? Or you gonna put the bread?
Meat.
You gonna put the meat with the bread, or keep it separate?
Meat with the bread. Yeah, meat with the bread, a piece of lettuce.
So some lettuce is going on there. What you washing that down with? Little Hawaiian punch?
No, this is I accidentally bought some sugar for some caffeine, some sugar-free, some diet ginger ale. So
that's disgusting. I hate when I do that.
I'd rather drink water than drink that.
All right. Just wanted to prove we can talk about anything because we can go 30 minutes on that sandwich.
Yeah, I know. Well, anyway, let's get out of here. Hey, man, it was good talking to you, and whenever you want to come on, just give us a call up, and you get first dibs.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right,
if you talk to Mama before I do, tell her I said hi.
I will. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it, man.
All right, man. Take care. Peace.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, that was C.Anthony, and I love that. That was fun. That was real fun. I like this little bracket thing. I want to see how that shakes out.
That all went well.
Yeah, it definitely did. So anyway, let's get into this music break, and we'll be back in a minute.